Welcome back to Pack's Second Step. I'm Chris.
I'm Sawyer.
Today we're going to be going over Unit 4, Chapter 5, O to be kind and O to be fair, with today's goal to show the social and emotional benefit of being kind and treating others fairly to help us feel good about ourselves. Today we have a little interaction we're going to read. Sawyer, would you like to kick us off?
Yep. Struggling to build his new business, Charles had worked late again. He was eager to get home, and he dug into his pocket for change for the toll booth. "Oh no," he mumbled. "No cash, no credit cards, no checks." When he had left the office, he'd put on the wrong jacket. He was so tired, more than anything, he just wanted to go home. He hoped he could scribble an IOU, but the attendant explained that he couldn't do that. It was against policy. As Charles pulled over, dreading the long drive back to his office, a stranger pulled alongside him.
Out of cash, he asked. Charles nodded. The stranger made a sympathetic noise. That happened to me too. He motioned Charles to move behind him. I'll pay for you. I'll tell the attendant.
Charles gave a sigh of relief. "Thank you so much. Can I get your address so I can pay you back?" he called.
The stranger shook his head. Think of it as an act of kindness. Pass it on to someone else. Charles did pass the act of kindness on. As his business grew and became successful, he began the funding programs to house the homeless, people who felt as he had that night, weary of longing for home. That ends our interaction. Sawyer's going to lead us forward on the rest of step 1.
Now I'm going to read about how you should treat others kindly. Treating others kindly, kind treatment means being gentle and thoughtful. When we say that we want to be treated kindly, we are asking to be treated with compassion, consideration, and understanding. Kind acts reinforce our self-concept. They make us feel good about ourselves. Have you ever noticed a grandmother or grandfather making something special for a grandchild? Notice the care and the love that goes into such a project, and the look of love and joy that's on grandma or grandpa's face. To treat people kindly takes conviction, courage, and extra strength in a world that is often unkind. Being fair means that the same basic rules apply to all of us. It means we try to see all sides of a conflict, not just our own. It means we take the wants and the needs of each person into consideration. Treating others fairly means we are honest and even-handed in our dealings with others. While life isn't always fair, we can choose to act in ways that are fair. Even though being fair isn't always easy, it's always the right thing to do.
That ends step 1. I'm going to finish us off with step 2 and 3. Within step 2, we're talking about the positive actions of being treated kind and fairly. What is one of the kindest things anyone has ever done for you? How did that make you feel? One of the kindest things someone's ever done has been one of my friends when I've been down on my luck, needing to get something done. They came over and helped me make sure it got done, so I didn't miss a deadline. And in return, that helped me feel better and less stressed knowing that there was someone there willing to help and listen and make sure that they helped me get done with what I had problems with. What is one of the kindest things you've ever done for someone else? How did that make you feel? One of the kindest things I've ever done for someone is one of my friends had busted down on the side of the road, and I noticed them, and to be kind, I stopped by and made sure to help them get fully back up and running so they weren't late as in the interaction longing for home at the time of day it was. Do you treat others fairly? I try to treat others as fair as I possibly can in each given moment, going moment by moment, making sure that each person has felt like they've been treated fairly and been treated with kindness as well. And how do I feel when I treat others with kindness? It helps me feel that I'm doing something good and I'm actually treating people how they would like to be treated, as well as makes me feel happy inside knowing I was kind and thoughtful enough to help make sure they were treated fairly. That ends step 2. Into step 3, wrapping it up with our positive feelings.
We all like to be treated kindly and fairly. It's a part of our code of conduct, and we'll feel good about ourselves when we treat others in the same way. Being fair means we have to regard the rights and the privileges of one another as important. Fairness implies that everyone has worth and dignity, and that we all have the same basic needs for being treated fairly. The same basic rules apply to all of us. We listen to both sides on a dispute, and we take the wants and needs of each person into consideration. While life isn't always fair, we can choose to act in ways that are fair. When we act in ways that are fair, our actions feel right, and we feel good about ourselves. When we are deliberately unfair or try to take advantage of someone, we do immeasurable harm to our self-concept. When we treat people fairly, we avoid all kinds of problems. And we treat people fairly while we are trying to resolve a conflict, we usually reach a solution.
And that ends step 3 with the end of Unit 4, Chapter 5. I hope you have a wonderful day.